Oh yes, roasting peppers. Get them blacking around. That one's about done. We'll throw him in the steamer. You see what I got here is I got a pan with some foil over it. I'm getting those peppers hot and charring them all good. Then I'm throwing them in here and they're still hot and they're still steaming, and that will actually loosen up this charred skin on the outside so that I can take it inside and pull it off. You just want to get them blistered all the way around. That one there blistered all the way around. That's good. Throw it in there, steam it. There's a good one right there. Charred all the way around. Skin starting to peel off. Put it in the foil, let it finish up. Alright, here's what I've been doing. We're having smoked or barbecued pork loin tonight at church. So I fired up the smoker, and I only wanted to smoke the pork loin about 2.5 to 3 hours. Just want to give it some smoked taste. And so I got some oak logs in here and a little bit of charcoal, and I had the pork loin smoking. I went back and looked at the garden this morning, and I noticed that my Nu-Mex chili, which is like Joe E. Parker Nu-Mex chili, it's kind of like a Hatch chili. Anyways, I noticed that they were, the leaves were starting to yellow, and I don't know what it is. Around here, it's not fertilized. Around here, peppers just get some kind of disease. And when the leaves start turning yellow, you can fertilize them, you can water them, you can not water them. I've tried it all. They just start dying, and the peppers start to wilt a little, and they start looking bad. And so I had, let me just show you here. I had all these peppers, plus what I got in here, all came off one pepper plant. So I had my fire going over here, and I was smoking the pork loin for tonight. Now that I'm down to just coals, what I do is I take these peppers and I just lay them right down there on those coals. Let me try to do that without yanking y'all around so much. I just lay them right down there on it. See how those two logs come together? That right there is a perfect way to roast a pepper. Put one right down in here. And I just lay them there for a minute and let them go. Now it'd be nice if I had longer tongs, but I got hands of steel, so it balances out. And I'm just turning these things around. I'm blistering them on all sides. There. You don't have to get them black all the way around, but you do want to get them cooked all the way around, because that has to wear off. If you don't get it charred, it ain't coming off. If you don't get it softened, at least, it ain't coming off. Let me say that. So there, I get down here where you can kind of see. See the color change? That one there, I'm going to call that one good. So I go over here to my foil. I just pull open the edge of it and slide it in there. They're steaming in there, and that's softening up that skin. Look at that. Look at that. If flavor had a color, it would be charred pepper, I think. If flavor had a color, it'd be charred pepper. You can take that to the bank. Preacher told you so. All right, batch number 3 on the coals. Now, you're asking yourself, what are you going to do with those, preacher? You just going to cut them up and eat them? You could. You could do that. But there's a number of things you could do with them. You could cut them up in long strips, put them in like an oil jar or an oil bottle, and then fill it up with a real good olive oil, and let that olive oil take on the flavor of those roasted peppers. Because once I get them inside, I'm going to put on a pair of gloves, and I'm going to pull most of the black off of it, so you're not going to have the charred taste. Let's check these. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, what was I? Oh yeah. It's hard to cook and talk at the same time. Basically, you could cut them in long strips, put them in a jar, pour oil over them. Don't have to be like extra virgin, just be any kind of olive oil, maybe even an avocado oil, but it would take on that roasted pepper flavor, and then you could cook in that and spread that flavor around. That's one way to do it. Sometimes you can pack them. I've seen people chop these up and can them like you would have canned green chilies. What I'm going to do with them is I'm going to put on some rubber gloves, get as much of the char off as I feel like messing with. I'm going to chop them up, and then I'm going to freeze them. And then when I get some more tomatoes, my next batch of salsa is going to have fire roasted pepper in it. So I get a little bit of this char taste. I get some of this real sweet, intense pepper flavor because it's been cooked on coals. And so I'm going to make fire roasted salsa on my next batch. So anyways, let me get these things off here and get them in the steamer.